everybody. We're back again. We're live again.
We got an audience with us here right now. We got all the buttons.
We do. I'm going to actually show you our audience. This is exciting. So look. We've got Arthas. We have Attila. We've got Bonnie.
And Nacho's around somewhere.
And Nacho's around somewhere. And Motherfucker's around somewhere too.
And yeah, Radio's outside.
So today we're going to talk about what hosting is, why you need it, and why all hosting is not created equal.
It's not.
So, first off, let's talk about what hosting is. So you go out, you get all excited, right? Like last night I posted a video about a guy who literally liquefies catnip and sells it for $11.99 a bottle and has made $129,000 in 3 months just on his website. So, and we're talking little to no ad spend on that sucker. So
what does this have to do with hosting, dear?
Okay, so he goes out, right? He has this idea where he's going to liquefy catnip and make a ton of money. And you're so pretty. Just sit there and look pretty. God.
Get to the point already.
I am. Okay, so he goes out and he says, hey, I'm going to go and spend $11.99 or whatever on a domain name. I love you so much, but I'm going to murder you in your sleep. So he goes out, he buys a domain name. So that should be enough, right? Nope. Your domain name is like a house. Your hosting is the land that your house is built on. So you have to go get hosting. So in our line of work, doing a lot of WordPress sites, we've seen a lot of people with a lot of different hosts. And I'm going to tell you right now, those cheap ass, like $199 a month hosts, you get what you pay for, right?
Yeah. Well, and also, don't host with anybody who doesn't do WordPress. That would be my number one thing. I mean, you don't have to build things on WordPress, but if you're a small business owner and somebody with not a lot of money, WordPress is your best option. Then to have somebody go out and create a custom a website for you is very expensive with custom code. Do a WordPress site. Easiest, most cost-effective thing to do. You should hire a professional, though. You shouldn't do it on your own. We see a lot of people who use Wix. Now, Wix is another thing, but that's not hosting. You don't own your website on Wix. If you do hosting, you actually own your website. So that's what's important. Even WordPress.org don't own your website. So you have to have hosting for those $3, $5, $6 a month, whatever the charge is going to be. You get to own your site and do it with what you will. Wix, you can't do that, which sucks.
It does. So, you know, when we're doing stuff like that, you know, we always recommend certain hosts over other hosts because I've gotten into the back end of so many different hosts and there's just like, they're not all the same. They don't always work the way that you think they should work. They don't always offer the services that, you know, you think that you should get. So one of the things that I always recommend to people when I'm recommending, you know, either they're going to do their own WordPress site or we're going to do it for them, I'm going to usually always recommend Bluehost, and the reason for that is it's actually a hosting company we personally use. I don't ever recommend something, you know, that we don't personally use or that, you know, we haven't personally done because I just don't feel, I feel I'd be out of integrity with myself if I did that.
And Bluehost offers many different solutions. So if you want to pay for that extra, you know, gee whiz kind of stuff that you might need for extra traffic, for storage, Bluehost has something for everybody, but they also start at like $3.95 a month.
Oh yeah, it's ridiculously.
You know, so,
I mean, it's ridiculously affordable.
Pretty darn good customer service.
That, and in addition to that, another thing that I really like about that particular company is you're going to get free marketing money when you sign up for the $5.95 on the month plan. So you're going to get $100 and $150 towards Google ads, plus $150 towards Bing ads, which is really going to be the differentiating factor in what catapults your brand new website out there. Because here's, you know, another fun fact for y'all. There's 1.3 billion, that's with a B, a big B, billion websites out there right now. So it's no longer a mentality of if you build it, they will come. Not good enough anymore. You've got to really get out there and promote what you're doing. And that means having a presence for most businesses on Google AdWords, on Bing, definitely being listed, definitely having that XML sitemap uploaded to Google, being active in your Google Webmaster Tools. And if anything I'm saying is going over your head right now, that's why you've got to have a professional set this stuff up for you.
Right.
Because there's a lot to know. But just having that free money, you can do that. And a question we just got right now is, yes, you can. very easily move over your sites to Bluehost.
Correct.
Now, if you're hosting your client sites on your Bluehost account, you can move those simultaneously as well. If they're hosting their own sites on Bluehost, they're going to have to do that move. But with that being said, Bluehost also has a fantastic affiliate program, and I am going to post our link in the bottom here to where when somebody does work with you on Bluehost specifically, you are then credited $65. So you'll earn $65 for anybody who's using Bluehost.
It's funny, they give you unlimited subdomains, so we probably do, we do all our development work on Bluehost. So we've probably got 40, 50 different subdomains. Plus we have add-on domains that we actually do through Bluehost. So we've got 4 websites, I think, 4 or 5. 5 that we actually run ourselves that are run on websites as add-on domains.
Yeah.
So,
but it doesn't cost us any extra money for that, which I love.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you've got about 30 and you want to move them all over, you can do that. What I would do if I were you in that scenario is I would actually set up all of your add-on domains and subdomains, and then once you transfer it over, Bluehost can handle most of that for you.
Yeah, I'm not sure how many add-on domains they give you with the basic package. I think they give you 4 or 5.
I believe they give you 5.
And then you might have to go to the next level up to get that many if they're add-on domains truly that you're hosting. I'm not sure. You'd have to look at each package because there's so many different packages that you can do the cloud thing. You can do all kinds of other stuff.
Well, like we switched over from the primary to the cloud, but we also have a CDN that we run just for speed and efficiency on sites. And we always recommend, you get a CDN, and we're using Cloudflare for that right now, right?
No, we're using Max CDN.
Oh, we're using Max CDN. Okay, awesome.
Yeah. Cloudflare we're using for HTTPS, and we're using it for some other stuff like ClickFunnels. But we're using Cloudflare for our DNS. But we're actually using, this gets kind of complicated, but we're using Max CDN for speed. So it's just kind of a choice that we had to do.
Control panel, it's very much like a cPanel kind of look and feel. Like it literally segments each section of what you got. So like at the top, you'll see, okay, here's, your ad money. And then the next section will be all of your email administration tools.
But it's very icon based. So it's like, boom, here's your subdomains. Click on your subdomains. Here's your whatever. Click on this. So it's all icons. So it's not
actually, I'm glad Jennifer brought that up because I have a video that I can post that I did on YouTube that actually shows you how easy it is to set everything up on Bluehost, and it gives you kind of a feel or like a look at the back end of the cPanel so that you can see it for yourself. And so that might be a good thing for you.
For me, it's one of the easier ones to use because it'll have everything associated with files, everything associated with databases, and each one of those will have icons. So that it's kind of easy. We've been in some other backends just like, how the hell do we do this? And we have to try to figure it out. It's like, oh, okay, it takes a while. Bluehost is pretty easy because it kind of puts everything that you do in an area. So everything, like I said, everything that has to do with your files is there in one area.
Well, that and if you want to go super old school, they have a file manager that works just like an FTP server.
They do.
So you can drag, drop, upload, download, delete, whatever. So you have an option of going totally icon based, or you go totally old school, whatever you prefer doing. So for me, I like that because I've been doing web development ever since back in Dreamweaver days, many moons ago. And, WordPress is obviously a different animal in and of itself, but, I miss straight HTML personally.
What I really like about their customer service is sometimes it may take a while because it's all chat kind of thing, but they're really good about going in and telling you, hey, wait, you've got a plugin or something that's not working, that's not even has to do with them. They say, you need to do, and they'll go fix it for you.
Yeah.
Or they'll delete it so that your white site can get running again. Because, with WordPress, plugins can be a lot of problems to where I just upgraded my plugin. Boom, it crashed.
Or I've seen a brand new plugin just, flat out crash a site, period, the second you install it. So, at that point, you've got to go back into the host and then fix it.
What's nice about them, even though it's not their fault or responsibility, they usually always will try to help and fix or delete that plugin or get you back to a state that you were before that plugin got loaded or whatever. That's what I really like about them.
Yeah.
They really saved our butts many times where it's like, holy crap, what happened? Everything just crashed. And, because it's stuff we can't really... what happens is you might lose your total admin.
Or see the white screen of death.
Yeah, and you can't get into anything. You could go into FTP, but you're guessing, what crashed, what doesn't crash, and they can tell you what crashed, which is nice. which is nice. They can actually tell you, oh, this is causing a problem, or this piece of code in your what is it, the WP, I forget, config file broke, something else. So they'll be able to go and do that and fix it for you. So
and it's so much faster than you having to actually go and manually do all that yourself. So the customer service is great on that. And I got another comment, and yes, I can show you. I will post underneath in the comments of this video a few links to some of the videos I've done that actually demonstrate setting up Bluehost, what the control panel looks like, so you can kind of get a look and feel for it. But for me personally, the customer service has been phenomenal. The extra marketing money that I get for every single, client or site that signs up for it, it makes so much sense. For them to be able to use that.
And it's funny, some people have complained about the customer service, but, sometimes it takes a while. I mean, it might take an hour for them to get back to you. You just leave your chat box open. You can hear it when it goes off and go do other things. But that's just the nature of the beast. Most companies you can't get till the next day. These at least you have a chat. At least you're open. And like I said, sometimes you have to wait. It happens because they get busy, like anything else.
Sure.
But once you're with them, they're very, very helpful and very knowledgeable.
Yeah, so they're really, really good. So in essence, kind of what we're talking about today is essentially just hey, your domain name is your house, your host is the land your house is built on. And you don't want to build your house on a sinkhole, right? So you have to be very, very cognizant about who you're using as host. If you're using a host that does not support WordPress, I would highly recommend you change that if you want to move into a WordPress-based platform. And, with that being said, WordPress has become so relevant today that you've got almost 50% of all digital real estate moving to WordPress just because of its functionality, ease of use, and ease of administration for most people. So, you're seeing a lot of decline in, Joomla, Squarespace, Wix, stuff like that.
And if you use a host that kind of shies you away from WordPress, go away from them, because we've seen that already.
There's plenty of hosts that don't support WordPress.
Because they're like Unix guys. And, we do everything by hand, and it's better if, we don't really like WordPress. Well, you know what? And they were charging an arm and a leg for it.
Oh, God. I had a come to Jesus talk with one of those guys one day, and finally he backed down and he was like, okay, well, I guess WordPress better than I do. I'm like, yeah, because I use it and you don't. So,
So, and actually I think they were charging, 3 or 4 times what
ridiculous.
like $40 or $50 a month.
Hi, Bree.
So, anyway, we'll let you guys go. The daughter just came in. They're going to go shopping for her birthday. And we'll get you those links and get back with you guys soon.
Yeah, I'll post this underneath. And if you guys have any other questions, please feel free to post them to the page or, join one of our groups. And we're happy to help you out with that too. So I'll post the links to all that stuff underneath this video. Bree's here. Bree's also
Don't forget
live.
to like, share, and subscribe.
There you go.
Favorite, like if you like it.
Love. Actually, love's the thing now.
Yeah, hit the love button.
This is YouTube.
All right. Thanks, guys. Have a great one.